hours left of my trial period of FIFA 20. I thought I'd throw another simulation at you, and we're going to take a look at the Premier League, and we're going to simulate the whole season next. That's right, folks, back once again with another FIFA 20 simulation, folks. And today we're going to take a look at the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep it bang up to date with all things FIFA 20 related, Blackburn Rovers related, World Football. We've got it all here under one roof. We've got it all here, including the launch of my career mode with Sunderland on launch day, official launch day, which is the 24th of September. So stick around for that bad boy when they come around. So here we are, folks. This has proven to be an absolute pain in my arse doing a simulation with the Premier League, because of previous couple of attempts I have been fired. So hopefully we can get it this time around. And for this simulation we are going to be acting as Bournemouth manager. We would never do such a thing as manage them freakazoids. Bournemouth. The reason being because I have been fired by trying to do as Norwich. I was fired as trying to do as Southampton. So maybe, just maybe, Bournemouth are the lucky answer, and we can simulate this season without getting fired. And then, in the previous attempt at doing this, once I finally simulated the rest of the season, after me being fired, the table looked all messed up. We had 64 games of playing, did all this kind of shit. So it was not great. It was not pretty. So we're gonna go again. We're gonna go again. This is it. This is it, babies. So we're gonna skip that. I am acting as a woman manager. You know what I mean. So yeah, just to let you know that this is the legitimate FIFA 20. It is Bournemouth's team right here, including summer signings. Lloyd Kelly's in there. Who else did they bring in? They brought in Harry Wilson or something like that. What's his name? Harry Wilson. Where are you? Where are you? There he is. Dynamo scoring freakazoid in a good way. So yeah, it is the official legitimate team here. So let's get going and plough forward. What we're going to do, we're going to waste no more time because this has proven to be a pain in my ass. So we're going to fast forward until the end of the first transfer window and take a little look at what's gone on transfer-wise, who's made the big moves, who's gone where, that sort of stuff. And then we'll fast forward to the next time jump. Will go to the current day, which is the 23rd of September. See where they are in the real world compared to the simulation. So let's do this one first. See you at the end of August. Okay, folks, here we are at the end of August. Today is game day. I should take on Leicester City, but let's see how well we are doing in the table. This is good. This is promising. We are currently sitting in 7th in the table, picking up 4 points so far. The current leaders of the Premier League, though, is Newcastle. 100% record for them. 3 wins out of 3. Brighton are in 2nd alongside Everton, and Chelsea are in their 4th spot, with Liverpool in 5th. A couple of teams yet to lose. Down the bottom, any surprises there? Not really. Southampton, West Ham, Sheffield United. So let's take a little look at what's been going on transfer-wise with the big clubs. See who they've been brought in. I don't think, Bournemouth have not brought in anybody because I said, no. Son Heung-min's off to Real Madrid from Spurs. Marquinhos has gone to Man City. Thiago's also gone to Real Madrid as well. Icardi's joined Valencia. Allen from Napoli to Barcelona. Marcos Asensio's gone to Juve. Rakitic has gone to Liverpool. Kyle Walker to Dortmund. Gabriel Jesus has gone to Atletico Madrid. Tellez has gone to Roma. Pizzi's gone to Barcelona. Ayora's gone to Milan. Lozano's gone to Manchester United. Timo Werner's gone to Leverkusen. Strange one. John Stones has also gone to Leverkusen. Wijnaldum's gone to Bayern. I can see that happening in the future. Regani's gone to Everton. Jordi Tarr has gone to Manchester City. Grimaldo to Juve. Chelsea made some business despite being a transfer ban. Rodrigo's joined them. Martinez has gone from Atlanta in the MLS to Manchester City. He's a goal scoring machine. Rudiger's gone to PSG. Any others that stand out for you? Zeka's gone to Bayern. Bellerin's gone to Fenerbahce. Batshuayi has gone to Wolfsburg. Jade Warden-Prowse has gone from Southampton to Olympic Lyon. That's a surprise. Thiago Silva has gone to Dortmund. So, that's a quick look at some of the transfer activity. What we're going to do now is fast forward not too far in the future. We're going to go to today's date, which is the 23rd. Compare where Bournemouth are in the simulation to where they are in the real world. Here we are, 23rd of September. That is today's date. Now, in the real world, Bournemouth sit 6th in the table with a record of played 6, won 3, 1 draw, and 2 defeats to their name. So they are in the Carabao Cup, but we're not really bothered about that right now. We want to see where they're. They're currently 10th with 7 points on the board. So they are 3 points better off in the real world. So it's not too bad a start. Let's have a look at the rankings. Newcastle still currently top the pops with Everton in second, Leicester in third, Man City in fourth. Some of the big guns are not far away, 5th, 6th and 7th. Down the bottom of the table, a bit of surprise there. Sheffield United are in the drop zone alongside West Ham and Spurs. Manchester United not too far away. So that is that. That's the state of flux as it stands. So we're going to fast forward now to the end of the calendar year and celebrate New Year's Day together. So let's fast forward to January 1st, which is also the start of the new transfer window. It is game day and we'll be taking on West Ham. We won't be, but Bournemouth will. So let's get going and take a little look at where we are. Happy New Year, folks! Here we are. It is January 1st, 2020. It is New Year's Day, game day. So let's take a look at where we are in the table. It's looking okay for Bournemouth. Fingers crossed we're going to get through this together. 10th for the table, 28 points on the board. Would you be happy with that at this stage of the calendar year, Bournemouth fans? That's a shout out to you guys. However, the bottom looks a little bit fruity for a couple of people. Wolves are in the drop zone. Sheffield United are joining them. Burnley, then Freakazoid, six-fingered banjo playing weirdos are in there. 18th spot. Southampton, though, 17th. Manchester City in 16th. How balmy is that? As of the promoted teams, it looks like Norwich are doing bits in 13th spot. Spurs struggling as well in 12th spot. As for the big boys up top, Newcastle still leading away with 42 points on the board. Brighton, surprising, are in 2nd spot. Arsenal 3rd. Manchester United 4th. Chelsea 5th. Everton 6th. And Liverpool, current European champions, are in 7th spot. So that is how it is right here, right now. So still got a whole chunk of, basically the halfway mark, folks. So I think Bournemouth need another 12 points to secure themselves another season in the Premier League. I think that's what their aim is, really. Anything else is a bonus. So we're going to fast forward to the end of the month. We'll plough forward through these next 4 matches, see what's going on in the January transfer window, and then we'll kick it on one more time after that. Okay, folks, so here we are at the end of the transfer window. Let's see what we got going on in the league. Bournemouth dropping off a little bit into 13th spot. This is not what I want to see. Just picking up the 1 extra point since we were last with them. Down the bottom, Wolves, Sheffield United and Norwich. It's looking a little bit more realistic now. It's starting to take shape. Down the bottom, Palace are just above the drop zone alongside Villa and Southampton. Spurs, though, their season of woes continues as they're in 14th. Man City made a big jump up to 11th. The top of the table still reads the same. Newcastle top of the pops. Brighton are in 2nd with Arsenal and Liverpool in the top 4. Man United, Chelsea in the top 6. So it's got a shape to it. It's got a look to it. The top 2 looks absolutely out of place, if I'm completely honest with you. So we'll see how they get on in a minute. So obviously some transfers have taken place. Let's have a look and see what goes on, what's been going on, should I say. So some of the big ones, Milinkovic-Savic has gone to Real Madrid. That took place in this transfer window. Ziyech from Ajax has gone to Manchester United for just under 60 million. So that's another big move for United. Lucas Moura has gone for Spurs to Manchester United as a balmy one, just under 50 million as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold's gone to Barcelona for 45 million. That's a crazy move. Davinson Sanchez, did see that in the summer window. It looked like it took place after the closing of the window, which is a little weird. I don't know if there's a glitch in this. Ramangoli has gone from Milan to Chelsea again, transfer ban. Gareth Bale's gone to PSG's, and it is Real Madrid nightmare by a switch to the Ligue 1. What else we got here? We've seen that one. Lucas Modric. Lucas gone to Bayern. That's a strange one. That's not really that strange. Any other big ones? Neres has gone to Real Madrid. Thomas Muller's gone to Barcelona. So that is a little strange. Corona. Anyway, so let's do something else a little bit here. Let's have a look at the current cup goal scorers if we can. So currently leading the way is Rodrigo from Chelsea with 13 goals in 23 matches. Hala from West Ham has got 11. Sigurdsson from Everton's got 10. With King, Ritchie and Django Bash from Brighton all with 10 goals so far. Some of the big boys though, I don't see any Aguero in the mix. Lacazette has got himself 9 goals. Salah's got 9. Martial's got 9. Pepe's got 9 as well. Muto's got himself 9 goals. Sane's up there. So finally a Manchester City player in the top goal scorers rank. So let's hopefully plow. I was thinking we will do another brief simulation. We'll break this apart. We're going to come back. We're going to come back to the start of March. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to come back at the start of April. See where we are. Hopefully break it up a bit and hopefully maintain our job, because I don't want this simulation to go tits up right at the end. Okay, folks, here we are. It is April the 1st, April Fool's Day, and I've been fired. It's April Fool's Day, folks. I haven't been fired. So I think Bournemouth were doing well in at least one competition. They did lose to Spurs in the FA Cup. Yes. So let's have a look. We are in 14th spot in the table. 5 points away from that all-important 40. We do have a game in hand on them freakazoids, Burnley above us. But down the bottom is an optimistic or a doable situation, which I could see. In fact, this bottom half looks very likely at what could happen this season. Wolves are bottom, they've had a shit start to the season. They currently find themselves in the real world in 19th spot. Sheffield United are in 19th spot. Crystal Palace are in 18th spot. We are just 5 points above the drop zones, though, so we're not safe. Norwich, Villa, Southampton, ourselves, and then them Mongoloids are in 13th spot. Spurs struggles continue. I'm sure Pochettino would have been fired at this stage. Manchester City, though, also not doing too great. The champions are in 8th. Brighton are falling off the pace, finally into 5th spot. Chelsea are in 7th. The top 4 looks familiar and it's nearly realistic, except we still have a runaway leader with Newcastle, who are currently top of the pop, 6 points clear of Liverpool, who are in 2nd place once again. Forever the bridesmaid, never the bride, Liverpool. So we are going into the final stretch now. Hopefully, not only can we remain in our job, but we can get the season wrapped up. So we're going to go all the way through to the 31st and see what's gone on in this simulation with FIFA 20. Wow, we finally made it, boys and girls. It took me a billion hours of getting here, but we finally simulated a Premier League season without getting fired. So we must have stayed in the Premier League. That's probably surprise number 1. And here we go. Burnley are down. Let's all celebrate. Congratulations. The Freakazoids Burnley of their luxurious tenure in the Premier League has come to an end. Villa are down as well, despite betting 100-odd million in the real world. Sheffield United join them. Their balmy ass football. They beat us in the League Cup. But they're also down. So Norwich survive. The only promoted team from last season's Championship promotion trio remain. Wolves hang in there, though, with dear life. On goal difference, Palace, Southampton and Norwich make up the bottom section. So let's take a look into 12th spot. You did see it earlier. Is Spurs, 50 points on the board. I'm sure Pochettino has gone. Leicester City, their up and down season has remained them in mid-table, 11th spot. Watford, top 10 for them, despite in the real world they finishing, well, not finishing, but they currently lie in 20th spot as it stands. Manchester City are 9th. Guardiola must have been binned off here unless he won the Champions League. Everton are in 8th spot. So we're into the final. Who's the unlucky team? 7th. Brighton, despite being in the top 2 for the good part of the season, have dropped out of the European spots, outside top 6 as well. But good season for them. They can't really get too disheartened from this. 6th spot, Chelsea have made up a tremendous ground. So if the 5th spot is not Newcastle, then they're in Champions League for next season. It is West Ham. Oh my goodness, how close were they to Champions League football? They're in the Europa League Cup for next season, though. But who is in? So it looks like Newcastle are in the top 4, Manchester United in the top 4, Arsenal and Liverpool. But what order? 4th spot, it is Arsenal. They are in there with 67 points. I'm sure they'll take that for this season. They just want to secure Champions League football under Unai Emery. In the real world, they currently sit in 4th spot as of mid-March. Into 3rd spot, it is Newcastle. They are not champions. It's either Manchester United or it is Liverpool, who have forever been the bridesmaid and never the bride. So the last game of the season does show down here that Manchester United did beat Crystal Palace, or one of the last games anyway. And who is the Premier League champion? Well, it is Liverpool. They are not the bridesmaid this year, coming out on top of the Premier League with 78 points. Despite struggling in this simulation, they only lost twice, but they drew 15 times along the way. So, yeah, not too shabby. Manchester United are in second spot with Ollie at the wheel. Ollie's at the wheel. So, my boys and girls, that is how this simulation has panned out. If you take a quick snapshot at that top 4, it's not too bad. The Newcastle thing is a bit weird. I think you would replace that with Man City, and then it wouldn't look half bad. Down the bottom, you would accept those 3, I think, to go down, in all honesty. So, not a bad simulation. It did look very weird for 2/3 of it, with Newcastle in the way in Brighton and all that kind of stuff. So that is that. A quick look at the top goal scorers chart, see if anything else kicked on. Haller was the top goal scorer with 18 goals. Richie's in second spot with 16 alongside Mo Salah. Josh King for Bournemouth. Kudos to the lad. Is in the top 4 as well, alongside Rodrigo, the summer signing. Sigurdsson's in 6th, Lacazette in 7th, Robito Firmino for Liverpool, Pepe and Muto for Newcastle. There's Harry Kane there, just outside the top 10. How do you think this simulation panned out? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Obviously, the Newcastle thing is a little bit balmy. What do you expect will happen in this Premier League? Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. It does look like a 2-horse race at the moment. Liverpool looking good for school, boys. I don't know, I just made that one up. Cool for school. That's what I meant to say. Hopefully tomorrow we can squeeze one more simulation. I don't know. It took a whole bunch of my time doing this bad boy. Hopefully we can have a crack at simulating the Champions League, because I believe the actual groups are legitimate in this season, so we can have a go at that. Anyway, folks, before we bounce, another bit of admin before you go. Please come by and check out my career mode, where I'm actually going to be playing FIFA 20, not just simulating. And we're going to take Sunderland from League One to the top of the world football, boys. It's going to take a couple of seasons, quite a few seasons in the end, if my FIFA 19 career mode has anything to say. So come by and check that sucker out on launch day, the 24th. So you might get 2 FIFA 20 videos on that day. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day. Hopefully new FIFA 20 videos every single day. Until then, thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.